Yes, another top to protect my plants. Probably cost me 50 cents. If you want to know how to make this one, let me know. Beautiful early morning, listening to the birds. And I'm almost ready to harvest. I've got a zucchini in there that's about that big. Let me step back because I want you to see something. I wasn't planning on a video at all, but then most of my videos are that way. I'm working here to finish up this part of the rainbow garden until I tackle all the milkweed and other things on that side. I'm going to tell you, setting up the chairs where they're face to face or back to back has worked out fantastic. It's actually easier to work on this type of tote than it is there because they're kind of squished together and you lean over. And I have found out this is just so easy, but either way works. It's kind of like your own choice on what you feel works for you, but that's not why I'm here. I'm going to show you a few things and covers and tell you what will work and what will not. Now, if you look through here, don't look at the end, it's still milkweed. What do you see where I'm planting that will work to protect the plants and will not protect the plants? Because I can tell you I've got different styles. I've got the tool just draped over some tomato stakes in irrigation tubing, and that's working. Do not kid yourself. I had squirrels in there. That worked. Then I've got the flat top. I've got videos on how to make it. Perfect for seedlings, perfect for making little greenhouses to start your plants. You can go back and see all the videos on that. Then I've got this one, which I showed you. I put the rope around and I was going to actually hot glue it, the tool to it, but I ended up clipping it with the metal paper binders. And then I've got this one. Now, it's a little wonky, but that's because it's about 2 years old, might be even 3 years old, this top. Still going strong, just put some more tool on it. And then I've got these Dollar Tree baskets you can pick up for $1.25. Now I can tell you right now what will not work at all. Though I did it because I want to go in and have breakfast and I'm in a hurry. So what's the number one thing here that's not going to work besides leaving it open, but there's nothing in that one. And leaving it open here, the squirrels come up, they eat the center of my zucchini out or whatever plant I plant there, and then I pretty much have to start over. Will it come back when the center's eaten out? Believe it or not, they do. But it takes so long to generate a new growing stem that it's not worth it a lot of times. Okay, I'm going to show you this. This isn't going to work. Yet I did it. The pitcher's fantastic. I just stuffed it. This is an old pitcher. I put some wood chips on the top, but there's soil in there and leaves. You can go back and see the video. It's a 2 system, and it's also like a worm farm. You go around periodically. This is going to collapse. As soon as I start watering it, it will collapse down because it's all full of holes. Watch the video because this has been great. So many of you came back, thousands, telling me you couldn't believe how good that works. $1 pitcher, and you've got a worm farm, you've got compost tea in here, you've got plant food, you've got everything your plant needs, and all you have to do is lift it, throw some leaves in there and close it and continue to water it. Now, you don't have to close it if it was completely tooled, because I'm closing it to keep anything out of there. I don't want anything to get in there except for earthworms or microbes. That won't work. You say, but it's a basket. Oh yeah, it's a basket. It's a nice, smooth basket. See that? Perfect. Except the squirrels come up to it. They look inside and I think I want that squash plant. They either tip it over or if you've got it staked in, they'll lift it up. They literally will lift it up. So it will work for probably a couple hours while I go in, have breakfast, get my day started, and make another top. Because this will work. Now, this one will work too. The problem is, do you see my zucchini? It's already trying to push the top up. And I want it to grow. Now here, you know what? I can show you this. This is really worth seeing. This is fantastic for a few days. Oh, I've got it clipped on the other side, so nobody will lift it. That's just a plain old flower pot you get from the nursery if you buy something. I do the same thing like I did with the pitcher. I stuff it full of leaves, a little bit of soil. There's holes on the bottom. The earthworms come up. And best of all, sometimes you can just put some water in here. It will drain through and fill the whole tote up with compost tea, all the plant food they need because it's decaying in there constantly. They'll send their roots under it. And that's all you have to do. And it's just so easy. You don't even have to uncover it to, there's no cover on it to do anything. And you constantly put in more things as it collapses down. That is just great. But the problem going back to this is this plant's going to want to take off very soon. So I'm going to have to make a dome top, which is this one. And this was quickly thrown together. You've seen the good ones. Like I said, it's a little wonky. It even has a hole in it, but a lot of the insects and rodents won't look for that little hole right now. I could easily drape some new tulle over it because that tulle's about a year old. But the thing is here, that plant can grow now for quite a few weeks until I'm ready to do that. That works great. The tulle is draped down. Now don't put the tulle tight up against it like this. See how this is right only on the lid? You don't want it just on the rim. You want it to hang. See how this all hangs down? The reason you want it to hang is when a squirrel, a rat, or anything leaps, if they do leap, they're going to be swinging off this stuff. And they're going to go, oh my gosh, it's a trap. I'm going to get caught. They're going to get me, and they're going to run off. And they do. That works fantastic. You want it loose. Not too much up against the plant, though I can't help it right now because it's a zucchini getting big. But you want to make sure that if they come up to it, it's loose. Now, I've been very fortunate that when the deer come through, they don't like tulle. Our deer are very lazy. So if they see the tulle, they just mosey on by and find something that's not covered and eat that. Now, if every single thing here was covered and they had no food, or they were short on food, the deer, then of course they will probably fight with it, figure out how to get it off. The same thing with your other critters. There's so much other things that they can go look for that they're not going to bother. So keep your tulle draped. It's so cheap. I put the link underneath. I just bought more from these people. I don't know why they lowered their price with everything going on. Down to under $10, you get 54 inches wide, 40 yards. I've got enough to do this whole dog kennel. I'm getting very close to doing it because we've had cloudy, rainy days for about a week. And I want to get this painted in black and get it covered. 54 inches wide. That's really long. And then you talk about the length on the bolt at 40 yards. If you went to a fabric store or ordered it online from a fabric store, I've gone in there into stores and they sell it from $2, depending on what you're buying, to like $4 a yard. And you're getting 40 yards for under $10. Please, you go into the description. You may not see it. There might be a little word there saying more. You tap on the more. I've showed you so many times how to find it because sometimes it's hidden. Then you'll see the links. It will say tulle. Tap on it. It'll take you to eBay. I love eBay. I sold on eBay for well over 15 years. eBay stands behind their customers, not their sellers. And then you can look at it. You don't have to buy it. Go look at it. See the colors they've got. This is a green. This is a turquoise, and I also like black. And I don't think I've got any black out here right now. Nope, not right now. Black is really good, but I just bought burgundy. I thought I'm going to try burgundy because it's kind of a little bit darker than the flowers there on there, the bottle brush. And I thought it might be interesting. Turquoise sticks out, but there are certain times you want it to stick out so you can see where the fruit is if you're covering fruit trees, which I've done sometimes, like go around, cover up a bunch of limbs with figs on it. And then I can go back and go, oh yeah, my figs are under there, and go back and collect the figs later and nothing else gets it but me. So color doesn't matter. Really, not at all. So I wanted you to see this so you can look at it. You don't have to come back and say, oh, I put some tulle on it and something got in. Drape the tulle, keep it loose, but keep it clipped so nothing can get underneath. You can use plastic clothespins, but they will break. They'll last for about a year. But these metal paper binders, you can buy them anywhere. They last forever. I barely have really lost any. I think sometimes it might fall apart once in a great while and I put them back together. But just having it that way is fantastic. Now, I do have it in steps. As soon as I plant them, I put the flat one up because I've got so many. It's so easy to make. Just cut the center out, staple on some tulle, put it on any way you want. You can even do it with zip ties with a soldering iron. Get it on there and it's covered. Some people actually drape the tulle over the tote and then snap the lid back on with the center cut out. They don't have to do anything. But with me, I lift it up and the tulle goes flying. So it doesn't matter. Whatever works. That was a quick job. Literally just a couple stakes, with the irrigation tubing that I absolutely love. This is 1/2 inch and you get, it's like 10 cents a foot, if that. And it's so cheap, it works fantastic. That is my pepinos, and it is protecting my pepinos. Yep, they're still there. I gotta go collect them and make them for dinner. There's more on the inside. I came over one day and the squirrels got in there and ate some of them up, threw the tool over, and they're done. Notice how, again, it's draping. Because if they leap, the first thing they're gonna get onto is the hanging, droopy tool, and then they just take off and run. So whatever way works for you, I can't leave my vegetable plants uncovered here due to nature. I even have ravens that will come in here and rob my, plants here. And then the regular birds will eat my plants. And then, of course, all the rodents and the insects and the deer. I mean, I can go on and on. So I wanted you to look at this and see what will not work. So for now, I will leave this. I will go have breakfast. And then I will either look to see if I have an old top, and if not, I've got a bunch of them already cut open because I use the center also for plant stakes and different things. So I just cut it right out. And I'll make a new top, get it on there, and then as soon as it gets big enough, or I have more time, I will put the rope around. You can just clip it to the edge. That's another quick way, and maybe I'll do it, differently on this one. That will work too. Maybe I'll just do that later on. But either way, it works fantastic. This has been the most successful. I think this is going to be great. That simple rope, I got a whole roll of it at Dollar Tree. It works fantastic. It's tacked on. Go watch the video. And then see what I did? I left it open for the pollinators. And they've been going in there. The bees go down, they pollinate, they go up. And I haven't had any birds eat the leaves yet. But my main thing here, oh gosh, that squash is so big, is to keep the rodents out. That's my big thing. And the deer, but the deer hasn't really bothered too much lately. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I'm giving you some ideas, because right now I want you, as you start gardening, if you haven't done it yet, and you will as your weather gets better, don't be discouraged if animals get into it. You can stop them for cheap, next to nothing. You don't need to buy fancy, expensive things. Though I'm going to do the dog kennel because I want to just be able to grow in there and show a different method if you've got money to spend. And I went ahead and charged it and bought myself a couple kennels. I love them. But this is a cheap, easy way, better than buying a very expensive raised bed. And they fizzle out too. So totes may last you 2 to 8 years. And I've got some that are 8 years old and still going strong. But don't kid yourself. Those raised beds that you spend a lot of money on, they fizzle out as well. And when you have to empty them, oh my gosh, I hope you're looking for a workout, because you do have to periodically empty them. It's not nature from the ground, where the ground constantly builds from the top. Your totes, your raised beds will collapse and you'll have to go in there and empty them. These are a breeze. I can literally get some of these emptied in a matter of 20 minutes, refill the bottom with more different matter from around the garden, be it branches I collect or leaves, anything, and then fill just the top with soil. And then the microbes, nature gets in there and breaks everything down, and before I know it, I've got a container full of beautiful compost and the plants just grow in it. But I could talk about that for an hour. Have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. I'm going to have zucchini in about a couple days. So cool. Oh, this is the one I hand pollinated. You know how I know? Because when I hand pollinate them and I have nobody else to pollinate, I leave the flower inside. So the male and the female flower are still stuck together. But look at that. That's a nice one. It's about 6 inches long. Oh, look at all the babies coming. Is that not cool? Very good. Okay, I better close this up. I knew you were expecting an ending. Let me tell you something on this. I've never done this before. I was just in such a hurry before I go to have breakfast. I had a lot of these tops with the center out. So I took some irrigation tubing. You can probably just see it in the back. I went ahead and I slid it and I stapled on 2 pieces of irrigation tubing. This will last me for weeks until I'm ready, and I tied it on the top. This is like the fastest thing I ever made. It literally took me, I think, 6 minutes to put the whole thing together. 2 pieces of irrigation tubing, 1/2 inch. Whoa. Crisscrossed one after the other, one over the other, the shorter one underneath. Tied it in the middle. And now I grabbed some clothespins, but I'm going to change it to some metal clips. Now I could actually just lift this a little bit, water that when I want, keep an eye on my plant. And you know what's nice? Sometimes the tool will give the plant the smallest amount of shade on hot days. Why? Think of leaves. They have fuzz on them. And a lot of leaves with fuzz is to protect the plant from the sun, because you don't see it, but see the shade? Can you see my hand going and you see the shade casted there? They get the smallest amount, and that's all a plant needs. So sometimes that really does help the plants as well. So anyways, I am done for now. Now I can go have breakfast, not have to worry about it. And I'll probably make one for that one soon too, because this worked out really good, really fast, and I'm on with the next project.